Hey Trails Collective, Ian here with the upcoming events portion of the weekly rundown. As I mentioned last week, I'm going to try to start splitting these weekly rundown segments up into shorter segments that hopefully you can catch in a bit easier fashion, maybe to and from work or play. Or if you're really just looking to put the kids to bed at night and they really just want to hear Uncle Ian's voice kind of on YouTube, you can just kind of set up the computer and just play YouTube. And you can just go downstairs and have a cocktail and put your feet up in front of the fireplace and I'll just talk them. I'll talk them to sleep so long as they can fall asleep in under 10 minutes because that's my target here. So, no time to waste. Let's get into it. The events coming up are pretty much capped out. So I'm going to go through some in November coming up here, particularly this coming weekend. And then I'm going to give you the heads up on a few in December where the registrations are still open in case you still want to try to catch them. So, coming up this weekend, November 14th, the Stone Mill 50-mile endurance run. It's the 11th running going down on the Seneca Greenway and Muddy Branch Trails in Montgomery County, Maryland. The course is rolling, predominantly single track, a few stream crossings. It'll be an RR, which is the Road Running Club of America National Championship event in 21. So preview it now and throw down in 21. Their permits, I think, are still pending, and you register now, waitlist format, and pull through if the event goes. The MDT Challenge Trail Race, it's a free 7-miler running on the Mason-Dixon Trail in Darlington, Maryland. The event was limited this year to 100 people and is capped out. Keep it on the radar for a nice late-season short race for 21. 8 hours at the Brewery, 4-hour, 8-hour, another solid event put on by the crew at Steep Endurance. This round is at the Housatonic River Brewing Company in New Milford, Connecticut. The event uses a 1-mile flat trail and grass loop. Around 120 currently registered, with the registration still live at Ultra Sign Up if you want to still try to get in on that. The Moreau Half, it's an inaugural event put on by the Mountain Dog running crew, and it uses rolling single track of the Moreau Lake State Park in Gavensport, PA, in Albany's Capital District. The event is sold out for this year, but check it out for next year. And good luck to the crew at Mountain Dog. Pretty awesome to still get an event up and running in 2020, especially an inaugural one. So good luck. Hope it all goes well. November 15th, Bold Coast Bash trail runs up in Pownell, Maine. 10, 20, 30-mile options. Also limited field size this year and capped out or closed out. This is one that I was registered for and really looking forward to. But unfortunately, with the updated COVID guidelines, it's just not going to happen. I would have had to get tested within 3 days of the event, which may be a quarantine afterward. I'd have to get tested within 3 days of getting back, potentially a quarantine associated with that. And that's still to avoid a longer quarantine, only being in Maine or New Hampshire for less than a 24-hour period. So just too much to try to make it happen. So all the crew up there, have a great time. It absolutely looks beautiful, so I'm still hoping to get up there maybe next year. Let's see, November 21st, JFK 50 mile. As I mentioned last week, the legend says 21 is capped out at 1,200 runners. And as I mentioned last week, if you ask me, given the intent of COVID mitigations, 1,200 still seems a bit large. I mean, that's large. So, I feel like if you're going to go in, you might as well go in at that point. I don't know who's kind of okay in that and saying you can't do more than 1,200 because, come on, who's counting at that point? All right, in any case, as of filming last week, there are 23 spots remain. I didn't check to see whether that's still the case, but you can check it out on Run Sign Up. November 22nd, the Hex Hollow Half run in Spring Valley State Park in York County, PA. Roots, rocks, 2 streams crossings, fast descents, and challenging climbs. The 13.1 and 6.66 milers are sold out for this year with COVID caps in place for 100 per distance, but check it out for next year. December 5th, Devil Dog Ultras, typically 100K and 100 mile in Prince William Park in Triangle, Virginia. They had to restructure into a limited field size and 50K option of this year, which is capped out. 0 Degree Winter Trail Festival 5 mile, actually 2 5-mile heats put on by the most excellent crew at Trails Rock. This one's in Pittsford, New York. Limited COVID's field size of, I think it was maybe 50 per heat or wave. It's capped out. Check it out for next year for a low-key, good community option. All right, and a few where the registrations are still open. Beat the Bumble, it's a 10K put on by Run Life Events. Runs at the Watchung Reservation in Mountainside, New Jersey. And registration is still open. Some part of it is outrunning the Bumble, but I'm not clear what or who the Bumble is. So if somebody wants to weigh in on this who's watching, if you know what the Bumble is, even if you don't know what the Bumble is, why don't you just weigh in? All the kids that I'm talking to right now, where I'm trying to get you to fall asleep with my fast and loud talking, your kids aren't in the room. Let's have a little conversation here and talk about the Bumble. I want you to get on that computer now, and I want you to go down and I want you to click on a comment section, and I just want you to type in what you think the Bumble is, and then we'll go from there. All right, I'll be waiting for your response. Entrance list is not shown, so I don't know how many are signed up, but with only, frankly, maybe the Bumble scares people, and so, maybe we don't got a big field size because people are just scared of the Bumble. But only 50 spots are still showing as remaining, so get on it now if interested, and we'll have the link in the show notes. I think. Look it up. Kids, look it up. December 13th, Naked Nick 25 and 50K running at Blue Marsh in Leesport, PA. Another gem put on by the great community, which is Uber Endurance Sports. Got one of their little clocks for being the top old dude at one of their races earlier. Cool classic trail events at classic race fees. 25K is only 35 ducats. 50K is only 39. Only 84 spots remain. I'm not sure how big the field size is. I think I also could not see the number of entrants. But some of their events get pretty large. So in any case, get on it now if interested. Frosty Looper 8-hour held at Cooper River Park. It uses a flat 3.7. This is in Pennsauken, New Jersey. It uses a fast flat 3.75 mile loop with great views of the Philadelphia skyline and water. It's put on by the crew at Endless Endurance and currently has 141 registered. It's open until November 30th, registration that is. So get yourself on the hopper or in the hopper for a Frosty Looper campfire mug, beanie, and 8 hours of glorious punishment. So check it out, Ultra Sign Up. That's the Frosty Looper 8-hour. And then two where I believe, let me see. Frosty Forest 5K runs in Roosevelt Forest in Stratford, Connecticut. There's currently 25 registered, but a cap of 50. Registration is still open. Now would be the time. And the West Rock Winter Fat Ass Extravaganza, an 8-hour, another wonderfully punishing option put on by the crew at Live Loud Running. This round is capped out at 50 entrants, but check it out for next year. So that's what we got coming up in terms of events. There's probably some that I missed. Let me know what they are. I can always plug them afterward or on Facebook. And for all of you who may be doing some of these events, if you think about it and you're up for it, check in with me, and I would love to hear your voices to weave into the results episodes. The results episodes will be coming up later. I think I'll try to get them live by Thursday, and we'll weave in some voices from several of the events that ran this past weekend. So stay tuned for that, and I will talk to you more soon. All right, see ya!